Okay, so the other day we started offering headstands as a skill to start to play with while we were working on kick-ups and various other hand balancing and hand supported exercises. So I figured I'd give you a quick rundown on some options. Just like anything where you're working with new, potentially weaker areas like your wrists or your neck in this case, take your time on doing these drills. There's no rush to go further than you're comfortable with. In fact, it's better to stay maybe a little bit longer than you think you need to and err on the side of being too slow than too fast. Just like I said, don't want to mess around with your neck too much until you've got a lot of experience and exposure here. So I'm going to show you some options. I'm using an ab mat for my head, but if you're at the park on the grass, or if you have like a pillow or a rolled up towel, any of these things would do. Or you can just be hardcore and do it on the bare floor. Whatever works for you. Check it out. Okay, so you're going to start by setting up a tripod. 2 points are going to be your hands. Third point is going to be your head. Pretty close to like an equilateral triangle. But the idea is we want to have the weight pretty evenly distributed. We don't want to have too much weight in our head here. And I'm looking to keep my neck pretty neutral. So I don't want to be wrenched back like this. You can imagine like almost holding like a grapefruit underneath your chin. So put the hands down, put my head on the ground, and then at first here, just try and straighten your legs a little bit and feel just the distribution of weight throughout your hands in your head. You can come back down, get the blood back to the rest of your body, and then try it a few times. If that is feeling good, then we'll start by getting 1, 2 knees on my elbows. And for a while here, we just want to get a good feel for how do I get some weight more in my hands, how do I shift my neck into the right position, and then come back down under control. And control is the key word here. We don't want any weird things happening where we're flailing around while we're upside down bouncing on your neck. Like I said, especially in the beginning. If you don't feel comfortable doing it freestanding like this, you can always have a wall behind you just to add that extra level of mental security so that you won't fall over. But good place to start just to get some time in the position. Once you've done like an entire session or several sessions, and this is just no problem at all, we can think about detaching the knees from the elbows. We don't even have to worry about going all the way up yet. All we're going to try and do is support in our hands mostly without the knees touching the elbows. So my hands go down on my head, and we'll start with the knees on the elbows, but then I want you to try and take them off and just bring your feet together and just hold this position. We'll say for 5 to 10 seconds. And then come back down. Once again, control. You're going to start to feel some of the rebalancing nature of this move, this skill, where you're having to constantly update where the balance is, where you're pushing some pressure. Spend a fair amount of time here. No need to move on to the next variation too soon. Once you've spent several sessions there and it feels good, you're feeling confident, you've built up some volume for the neck, we're going to try to slowly extend the legs up. And we'll do this as reps rather than a hold in the beginning. So we'll start in the tuck position, raise it up, come back down for repetitions. Get into my knees on the elbows, bring my knees together, and I'll slowly extend up, back down to the knees. Up, back down. And this drill can be done up to and including the full extension of the headstand. Make sure there's a lot of control. Back down. Once again, there is no rush. There's just little steps along the way for you to build some comfort. But a good place to start on these is kind of like a halfway extended position for maybe 5 to 10 reps. And then each session thereafter, you'll move your way up to a full extension. Last one, kind of in this series, obviously, is going to be the full headstand up overhead. So we'll go through it, try to find where your balance points are, maybe even consider filming yourself so you can see what it looks like versus what it feels like. So it'll be interesting for me to see what my full extended position right now actually looks like. I haven't done this in quite some time, but like I said, good tool for getting some feedback. So take your time, hands go down, head on the mat. We can start with the knees on the elbows and then slowly extend your legs and your hips. I'm squeezing my belly, squeezing my butt, and I'm pointing my toes. After the time, I'm going to come down under control and call it a set. Fun new skill just to add to your arsenal, but like I said, worth repeating a zillion times. Take your time. Make sure you get full comfort. No need to jump to anything that you're not feeling comfortable with. Have fun.